Well, I'm both excited and scared about this video. Of course, Panasonic would have to announce the S9 while I'm traveling all day. So during my travel, I'm doing my research on the new camera and everything about it, and all I see on social media is all the hate for this camera already. Before it's even out, when it was just announced, and I kind of don't understand it. Is it the camera for everyone? Of course not. I don't know if we're just in this like tech addicted craze where nothing's good enough and we always want something newer and better. I don't quite get it. Let's look at what they did first. They put a full frame in a body the size of a GX9. They gave us IBIS, they gave us face detect autofocus, which everyone complained about for the longest time. And all you want to do is complain. Not everyone, I don't mean everyone, but yes, it's not made for cinematographers. It's not made for people that I don't want to say know what they're doing, but it's for the people that don't know what they're doing. It's for people that want to get a quick video up, edit it how they want, and get it out there. Do they want to be in the editing room all day long? Do they need to worry about color grade? Do they want to? No. I'm recording this on an FZ1000, a 10-year-old camera. This camera is older than all of my kids, but I'm recording it on this. And I think it's doing a pretty decent job. I mean, I'm hand holding it. The IBIS in here for 10 years old is still pretty good, I think. I mean, if you need those extra features, you have the S5 II. You have the S5 IIX. Hell, you got the original S5, S1, S1H, S1R even. I mean, you have options. Go get I'm gonna date the video, which you know is supposed to do, but right now Blackmagic has their Cinema 6K full frame L mount for just under $1,600, a little bit more than what this camera's going for. Go get that. If you want the pro features, if you want the best, or I mean arguably better image quality out of it, go get that one. I just did. It actually comes in tomorrow, and of course I'm traveling and I'm not going to be there when it arrives. So you get a 15-minute record limit. How many people really do that? I mean, the S5 had a half an hour record limit, and I think a lot of people got over that. Full frame, you're getting open gate 4K. I hope they bring that to, it'd be nice if they brought that to the S5. A lot of the features that they have for the S9, I think the S5 II and S5 IIX could really use, because I mean, do I really need a 6K open gate? Not really, but I mean, if you could just use the whole sensor like it does and downscale to 4K, I'm all for it. I think my ride's here. So I'm out here. I just got to, I got picked up and I'm back to where I'm gonna go. We're actually gonna go hunt for alligators down here. I'm in Georgia, so we'll see what I can get. I'm recording this on the FZ1000. I brought it because just like the S9, I have a compact camera that I can take with me. I don't need to bring, I don't want to bring my S5 II on an airplane and risk a $2,000 camera, just for traveling to visit family and do some stuff down here. As I said, we're going to be alligator hunting here in just a little bit. I'm going to throw some of those videos and photos that I get over this rant, just to give you guys something to look at over this ugly mug, which I apologize, you have to look at it now. But photos and videos that I take, again, look at the quality, look what I'm getting out of this camera. And this is a 1-inch sensor. Micro Four Thirds laughs at this camera. So 1-inch sensor, it's a bridge camera. I can't change out the lens. What I get is what I get out of it. It does have a long zoom range, and that's where I keep this. I bought this used for a really good price because it was untested, so I took a chance on it. I bought this used mainly because I wanted a small travel camera with, a good zoom range to be able to go and carry with me at all times. I don't want to always have my S5 or S5 II with me. That's a large camera, along with lenses, and expensive camera to risk bringing everywhere. But this thing I got for, like I said, untested. I got it for 150 bucks. I can risk this one. Do we always need the best? No, but I'd rather have this camera than my cell phone. My cell phone is last resort. Let's think about this. What's the best camera that you can use? It's the camera that you have. And I know my wife's gonna yell at me about that after I say it. She already has. Because again, we're always looking for the next best thing, and I'm not saying I'm not, in that too. But have we even used the S5 II or 2X or any camera, Sony, Canon, Panasonic? you know, Olympus. My brother's a Fuji shooter. Have we used those cameras to the max of their ability? So we want more and more when we are not even using the equipment we have to its max. So let's look at the S9. My brother is a Fujifilm shooter. He uses XH2, or I don't know. I'm not a big Fuji guy, but he shoots with that. And even he's like, oh, I want to upgrade. And I'm like, dude, look at full frame. Look at, again, Panasonic sold me over. I'm not really a fanboy. I'm not dedicated to Panasonic in any way, monetarily or anything like that. But they sold me over because of what they offer in their cameras. I switched from Nikon to Panasonic for that very feature, for their photo and video quality, because I wanted a more hybrid camera. I'm trying to bring him over to the Panasonic side because that's what sold me and that's what I like and that's what I use. But he doesn't like the form factor. He doesn't want a traditional big old DSLR. He likes Fuji because they're more of that vintage, dedicated dials up top format. And that's what he likes, and that's what he's like, I don't want to deal with buttons. I like having the dial up top to do everything. Well, here's a camera that can win over some of the Fujifilm guys. It's a small form factor, which I know he'll like. He's going to get full frame. He's going to get great image stabilization. He's going to get his 4K video. I mean, there's a lot of arguments for him to go over that. If he wants to upgrade his camera, hop from Fuji and go with a full frame Panasonic. You know, the price is all right, and it's only going to get cheaper. That's one thing we got to think of. $1,500. That's $1,500 when it's announced and brand new. The S5 II and the 2X has been on sale continuously with lens bundles for a ridiculous price. I think Adorama or B&H had the S5 2X with the kit lens with the 50mm, and you can add on the 85 or 35 lens an extra $200, so it was like $2,300 for 3 phenomenal lenses and the new camera. So $1,500, brand new, right away, released. That's the MSRP for it right away. Who knows how cheap it's going to be in a year, or what bundles are going to be offered with it to drive that price down even more. Again, kudos to Lumix engineers for actually doing that. You got something like the Blackmagic Cinema 6K, full frame, you know, really good quality, which I have one coming. It actually just came today and I'm not home. So whenever I get back from traveling and visiting family, I'm gonna have that waiting for me. So, you know, stay tuned for more content for that. Like, even that doesn't have autofocus in it, let alone phase detect autofocus or anything. I mean, it has contrast, but it's not really meant for continuous. This one will be. You got the MP4 Lite that they have, that you can stream it straight to your phone, edit it, throw your LUT on it, whatnot, and get it up. I mean, for content creators, for people that don't need the best, that don't want to spend a lot of time editing, color grading, and doing everything that I think the average Lumix user does, or at least wants to do, or is aspiring to do, it's great for quick content. Who is it for? I mean, gosh, nowadays with so much stuff on social media and everyone trying to get their name out, it's really for anyone that is, I don't want to say low production, but wants a better quality for a one-person job or anything like that. Like, I look at the content my church puts out. They do a lot of, you know, smaller videos and whatnot. They use just a cell phone. I could easily sell this camera for them, going, hey, you got autofocus, you got a full frame look, to get a better quality image or video out there. I mean, that's the people that this would be for. Content creators, people on the go that still want a great image without a lot of the baggage that comes along, that you can throw a camera the size of your cell phone, 1 or 2 lenses, and you can do anything with. 15-minute record limit, that does suck. But I mean, for quick videos, what I think a lot of people are doing for reels, I mean, 15-minute time limit, is that really going to hurt people that are making 15 or 30-second videos? I really don't think so. And again, I think it goes with the audience that this camera's for. A couple other cons, let me go into those real quick. Just my thoughts. Again, you're going to have less button and controls. You're going to be going more into the menu. I think most people are going to set it and forget it kind of thing. Like, they're not going to be worried about so much as like changing the frame rate or doing a whole lot. They want a camera that they can just put up and shoot with. Not worry about too much, which again is why the autofocus is so important for them. And with how Lumix has changed the autofocus for the S5 II, S5 2X, I think it's going to be a great camera for a lot of them. I think with some of these lenses that you can use for the L mount, it is going to be super front heavy. if anyone gets this camera and they have the 24-105 or the 70-200, please send me a photo of what that looks like, because I'm sure it's a huge lens with just a little box in the back of it. I'm sure it's gonna look like the funkiest little setup, but that's a picture that I would love to see. Let's go to that pancake lens. Since I'm talking about lenses, let's talk about it. So you got 26mm f8. That's exactly what I'm shooting with on this FZ1000. I'm at f8. I'm at 26mm or 28, whatever this thing can do the widest at. Is it for, again, the content creators, the people that are making stuff that want the highest image quality, want macro shooting, want that full frame depth of field with the bokeh and the blurred out background? No, it's not gonna be for that. But is it a camera that I can take on vacation that's a size a little bit larger than the lens cap and go and shoot with? I think it's gonna be great for landscape. It'll be great for architecture. It's going to be great for travel. It's wide enough for outside shots. Inside, yeah, you're going to be limited with the f8, but for a short little lens that you can carry on your camera and shoot anywhere with that autofocus, it's great. I mean, I think we're in this tech addicted stage where we just want more and the best and the best and better, and we want f.95 or f1.05 lenses, and if it's not that bright, then we don't want it, or it's not needed, or I just think we're so spoiled with technology right now, and it's advancing so much that anytime that something comes out and it's not groundbreaking, we just want to complain about it instead of looking at it for what it is. Is that the lens for you? If not, don't get it. If you get the S9 and you don't like that lens, sell it. If it's not for you, then don't get it. But everyone has an opinion about stuff, which is fine. I don't get the whole backlash for it. I mean, it's okay to say no to not buy a new lens or not like something that they released. There are people that want that. Oh, let's go in. No mechanical shutter. If you're outside filming and doing stuff like that, the mechanical shutter, whatever. I would rather have a mechanical shutter, which is why I have the S5 II. Looking to get the S5 IIX. But if you're not inside where you got LED lights and whatnot and you're worried about the flickering, you don't have that. I mean, mechanical shutter for video isn't that big a deal. For photo, yeah, you can get that jello if you have fast-paced images going on or anything like that, or a lot of camera movement. But besides that, I mean, I think I've shot a lot in silent mode if I'm doing events and whatnot, where I'm trying to be a little bit more, you know, flying the wall-ish. You know, I've used mechanical or electronic shutter, and you know, it's worked out pretty decently. I would rather have mechanical, but for this form factor to have, again, something the size of your cell phone, easy to edit or easy to grade and share, that's what it's for. And I just want to reiterate the point one more time that, I mean, here's another camera that more people are going to get for the L mount. Again, if we want to complain about the new lens, the f8, if we get more people on Lumix cameras, more third-party companies are going to be comfortable. Sun's coming out, sorry. More people are going to be comfortable getting third-party lenses for this camera system. So if you want more lenses, as we all do, for the S5 IIX, S1s, S9, whatever else they come out with in the future, you're going to have the best option with getting a more consumer-friendly camera. More people that have it, more people are going to actually make better lenses for this camera system. You can complain about this lens, that's fine, and the camera, but I think overall it's probably going to help us out more than hurt us. For a simple setup, S9 is all right. The S9, groundbreaking. I mean, for the form factor, I think it is pretty groundbreaking. For what it can give to the more average person than the average Lumix shooter, I think it can provide a phenomenal step up for Panasonic shooters, and that's us included. Am I looking at this camera? No, I'm really not. I'm very happy with the S5 II. I want the S5 IIX. I did get the Blackmagic Cinema 6K, and don't get me wrong, like, the price is what got me. That $1,000 drop is what sold me on it, because I mean, that was cheaper than an open box S5 IIX on Amazon. And so I'm like, all right, I'm saving money. Yes, I'm paying a little bit more for the CF Express Type B card because I don't have any, and the batteries for it, because everything I have is Panasonic, the S5 and S5 II, coming from the G9. I mean, I've shot with them for whatever, and the S1H, even for today, is a phenomenal camera. It's held up its value really well. I mean, it's still going for about $2,000 used. And the biggest thing with that one is that optical low pass filter. Well, here with the Blackmagic, it's $400 less than a used S1H with the optical low pass filter. You're not getting the autofocus, which I'm a little nervous about. Like I said, I'm using the FZ1000. I think it's doing a pretty decent job right now for a 10-year-old camera with a 1-inch sensor. I mean, Micro Four Thirds laughs at this sensor. I mean, you want to talk about full frame, here's a 1-inch, and it does all right. But I've been getting better with manual focus, so I'm like, all right, let's take a risk on this camera. You spend a little bit of my money. They're not given to me or anything. Same thing with all my stuff that I have. I've bought every single thing that I've used on my own. Used for the most part. eBay is my store of choice. I try not to be a Panasonic fanboy. They won me over from Nikon. I shot with Nikon for years. But the more I wanted to get into video, the more I started looking around, because Nikon DSLRs, video really wasn't an option. Once Panasonic went full frame, and I started using my S5 and everything, I ended up selling all my Nikon stuff and going with Panasonic. Call me a fanboy. I mean, give me your hate in the comments. I mean, these are all my opinions. They're kind of raw and unfiltered right now. This is probably the most impromptu video that I might ever do. But I mean, I like Panasonic. I think we all like the brands that we have. Most cameras nowadays are phenomenal. I mean, know their limitations, know what you can do and can't do with them. But yeah, Panasonic's the brand that I stuck with. And after going through the process of selling everything that I already have and buying it brand new again for another camera system, I really don't want to switch again. So I mean, they sold me on the L mount. I'm stuck with the L mount because I'm not doing that again. And I love that Blackmagic went with the L mount, so I can transfer everything over. Besides the batteries and the memory card, everything that I have for my Panasonic I can use for the Blackmagic. I have the adapters. I have a bunch of vintage glass that are manual focus only. That's actually the main reason that I keep the S5 around, is for all my manual focus lenses. We'll see how the Blackmagic works for me. That's the camera for me. That's my next step up, where I want to deal with, you know, a compressed RAW format. I want to use that optical low pass filter. I don't want to deal with moire in my videos. I want to see the image quality and the more colors in 12-bit versus 10-bit, and especially to play around with it in post. That's the camera for me. The S9 isn't for me. So again, I'm not even trying to be a fanboy and see like, you need to like this camera's for you, go buy Panasonic. No, if it's not for you, it's not for you. I'm completely fine with that. I'm not here making money off of any brand or anything like that. I'm not sponsored. I'm not even monetized on YouTube, so take it for what it's worth. The average person is probably more prone for this one. You know, thank you for bearing with me. I'm out here traveling. I mean, again, it's kind of funny that this camera came out and I'm talking about this camera as, you know, marketed as a more vlogging camera, and my video about it is, again, in the middle of travel, I'm out here with my family, is more of a, hey bud, this is more of a vlog style a video. So I mean, I think it's kind of funny that we're talking about a vlogging camera and this is my first vlog, and kind of weird for me to do this out in public. Like, you know, I like to be a little bit more enclosed. You know, I think we're all more comfortable sitting in our studio and doing stuff instead of, again, I was outside the airport doing this and people are looking at me and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of weird. I feel a little weird doing it, but these are my thoughts. I thought about them on the whole plane ride down here, looking at comments, and I'm like, I mean, I'm gonna get some shade thrown at me, but I just think we're becoming giant spoiled brats when it comes to technology and cameras, going, if it's not the best of the best, or if it's not completely groundbreaking or anything like that, then it's crap. It's not crap, it's just not for you. And having another camera that will help the system overall as a whole, I think is something that is being fairly overlooked, heavily overlooked in my opinion. Because if we get more people on the L mount, more camera companies using the L mount, or more lens manufacturers making the L mount, it's only going to help us all in the long run. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, do you agree with me? Do you think I'm full of crud and I'm a panty fanboy? Whatever, let me know. You know, good comments, bad comments, whatever. You're giving me something to go back on, good or bad. I'm gonna try to respond, as I always do, to all the comments. I like gear, as I think we all do. We all have a passion for cameras and lenses and what we can create and whatnot, but I think we're so easy to throw shade and hate on stuff if it's not exactly what we want. I mean, how many of us that have opinions over what should be made or anything like that work in those jobs to actually create that stuff? I mean, there's an option for you. You know, you want to make something better? Make something better. I'm all for it, and if it's good, hell, I'll buy it. Let me know. Appreciate you sticking through this rant. I'm going to try to chop it up best I can to make it semi-legible and not waste a whole lot of people's times. But everyone needs to take a breath, calm down, enjoy new technology, enjoy talking or complaining about a new camera, and just be happy that we live in a world where cameras and creating content and getting stuff out there is becoming so easy and accessible that anyone can make stuff. And I think that's something the world has never had before, and it's only getting better and easier, and we should appreciate that. You know, not every camera's for you, not every camera's for me. This one's not, but I appreciate it for what it is. All right, thanks. Like, subscribe, comment down below if you want, and everyone have a good day, and hopefully safe travels for me getting back home. Bye, guys.